Welcome everyone to Gateway High School here in Monroeville, Pennsylvania. It's the season opener. Girls hoops tonight between your Gateway Gators and the visiting Armstrong River Hawks. First contest of the season for the Gators as they look to take a step forward after last year's first round exit from the WPIAL 5A playoffs. But still a tough test tonight to open the season. The River Hawks already 2 games under their belt. They come off of a 20-point win over Punxsutawney, and most recently, on Saturday, they fell at the hands of the Knock Knights in another non-section matchup. Both of these teams in 5A, Armstrong from Section 2. On the other side, the Gators in Section 4. Starting lineups getting introduced. We'll step aside and let the PA announcer introduce the starting lineup for the Gators.
A 5'8" senior number 2, Lexi Margolis. A 5'4" junior number 3, Jayla Oliver. A 5'2" senior number 5, Kira Pavlik. And a 5'5" junior number 23, Marina Grano. The assistant coaches for the Gators are William Battles, Brianna Brinson, and David Williams. And the head coach of the Gators, Curtis Williams. The officials for tonight's game, Mike Miller, Jay Peoples, and Jeff Barrett.
So there you have it, the starting lineups introduced for the Gators tonight. It'll be Amaya White, Alexis Margolis, the returning leading scorer, averaged almost 10 points a game last season, and she'll have to pick up where she left off for the Gators to get off to a 1-0 start. Joining her on the court to start the game, Jayla Oliver, Kira Pavlik, along with Marina Grado. For Armstrong, it's Aubrey Burns, Lane Miller, Emma Paul, Sarai Weaver, and Callie Allensworth. We are just ready to get underway here. Opening tip for the Gators season, and they'll start off with possession. Quick drive to the lane, layup up and good.
Marina
Grado wastes no time in getting the Gators on the board, and we are underway here. The 2021 season for the Gateway Gators, live here on NFHS. Vince Russo here, thank you so much for joining us all. Should be a good one here tonight in the non-conference. Turnover here early. Armstrong will have the possession here underneath their offensive basket, looking for their first points of the evening. Emma Paul, one to watch out for. The Post-Gazette named her one of the top 5 players to watch in 5A. She had the ball there, but it is tipped away. Last going out off of the Gators, and so possession will stay here with the River Hawks in the blue jerseys with orange and white trim, white numerals. The Gators in full white uniforms, white shorts, little black trim with gold lettering and numerals. Paul there, looked like she might have walked, but a reach-in foul there. That's going to be the first one on the Gators. That's going to go against Amaya White. So first foul of the evening goes against the Gators and White. Quick toss in, good inbounds play, and the River Hawks are on the board. Weaver nods this one up at 2. Gators come back down the other way. Pass too long, they'll try and keep it in. But to no avail. Good job boxing out there was Weaver, not allowing the Gators to get back to it. Kira Pavlik just saw that pass go off of the fingertips when is able to get back to it. So we are a little over a minute underway here at Gateway High School. Knotted up at 2. Hoop season in full form here. Deep 3 there, no good. Gators get the board. They'll come back down the other way. This time the long pass to Pavlik connects. She'll start up the offense. We'll get it to Margolis. Now she'll pull things back and allow the Gators to get into the half court. First game of the year for the Gators. You wonder if there'll be any rust. A nice offensive board there, laying it back up, but no good. Amaya White, but she'll earn herself a trip to the line. First free throws of the season, first free throws of this game. That foul against Aubrey Burns. That's the first one against the River Hawks. First free throw off the back of the iron, no good.
Shooting 2.
White will get one more to try and break the early 2-2 tie. And again off the back iron and no good, but Gators will retain possession, but not before stepping on the line there, and they'll turn it back over. Jayla Oliver unable to keep that one within the court. And so, Aubrey Burns and the River Hawks looking for their first lead on the evening. Nice pass to Paul inside. She finishes with the left hand. Nice little layup there. So Paul, a highly touted sophomore, with her first bucket of the evening. Now a pass tipped out of bounds. Maya White looking to try and get that one to the corner for the perimeter shot. Instead, it'll be an inbounds from underneath the basket. Oliver will pass this one in. They'll get it to the corner. The three-point shot just a little long, but the Gators with another offensive rebound. We'll talk a little bit more. They're losing a little bit of size due to some ACL injuries. It's a travel call there. But the Gators, while they lack a little bit of size, tenacious early on the boards, out-rebounding the River Hawks. But right now, Armstrong out in front, 4-2 here at Gateway. Good ball movement, extra pass inside, and a good bucket there. Callie Allensworth with her first bucket of the evening. And the lead is now 4. White down to the lane, she'll get that one to go. And a nice finish. She'll have a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play. Amaya White with a real nice cut to the basket. Beautiful finish with the right hand.
At the line.
She went 0 for 2 at the free throw line to start. See if she can make good here. Third one again, just a little too strong. She's now 0 for 3. That's a quick opportunity there off the turnover, but no good. Rebound corralled by Aubrey Burns. 6-4, our early score here on NFHS. Good crowd, good atmosphere here tonight. Another pass inside, nice block there by Margolis. She went up for it again. This time drawing the foul, though, is Sarai Weaver. Now Weaver will head to the line. Armstrong gets their first free throw attempts of the evening. Gators coached by Curtis Williams. They lost 2 standouts to ACL injuries coming into this game. Grace Weiss-Kirscher and Becca Ryan both sustaining ACL injuries. They will both be out for the season, which really hampers the team's depth on the interior. Weiss-Kirscher was a starter last year as a 5'10 forward, and Ryan was the first off of the bench. So for the second year in a row, the Gators have a lot of youth that needs to step up and fill in some gaps. So first free throw there is good.
Number 22, Olivia Yancey.
So Weaver now with 3 points. She leads also towards the early going. She has a chance to put one more on the board here at the second free throw. That one just short. Margolis tracks that one down. And it'll be Marina Grado getting the offense rolling here. Ball gets back to her. She'll pull up with the 3. That one rims in and out. But a nice rebound there. The left-hand layup just no good. Laid it off the glass again. Another offensive rebound, but eventually it's tipped away. Player goes down, and eventually the foul is called. Lane Miller came up with it. I believe that
calls on 23 of the Gators, Marina Grado.
Go against Grado. So that'll be Grado's first foul. Just the third against the Gators here in the first 4 minutes of this one.
Number 12, Kyla Fitzgerald.
Going coast to coast with it, drawing the foul there is Emma Paul. Paul hesitated for a second, got a bump there before she let that one go. So, being in the act of shooting, she'll earn herself a trip to the free throw line as well. Her first free throw attempt, no good.
Paul at the line.
Second one is up and in, so 3 points for Emma Paul. And now River Hawks doubling up the Gators. 8-4 here in the early going, about halfway through this first quarter. And what is the first game of the season for the Gators, who have their first and only home game of 2021 here before they hit the road for 4 in a row. They won't be back here until January 4th against Greensburg-Salem. We'll see if they can't take advantage of some home cooking here in the first contest of the season. Good pressure here by the River Hawks. They'll get this one out wide. 3-point attempt. Off the mark and no good. Grado able to come back up with that one. Now driving inside and blocked. There, Jayla Oliver was trying to get to the rim there. Extra pass. Nice layup. And Alexworth with her second bucket. And the lead is now 6. And a quick turnover. Ball back inside. Blocked away. Good defensive possession there after the turnover. Gators avoid seeing that lead balloon for the River Hawks even further. As it stands, it's a 6-point edge. Good trap there by the River Hawks. They'll turn over the Gators once again. And now they're back in transition, 3-on-3. They decide to pull it back out. Substitutions on both sides. Ball was tipped. Emma Paul with it now. Good feed inside from Paul to Allensworth, and that one dances around the rim but won't go down. Now we got a held ball underneath. As Mia Johnson, who just checked in, got in there and ripped that one away. Gets the held ball call.
Anatla Jordan into the Gator lineup.
Olivia Yancey also now in for the River Hawks, among others. And so it'll be Gators ball, full court press here with some pressure. Emma Paul getting a little too overzealous though. Tried to jump the pass there. But a good job getting in front of it is Mia Johnson.
River Hawk foul number 4, Emma Paul.
It'll be the first foul on Paul. Nice block there by the River Hawks. They've been tough defensively early. Gateway unable to crack the code here offensively. Paul now in transition, trying to move things quickly. Corner 3, no good. That one off the mark. Paul gets it back, fakes the shot, the extra pass. Now with the drive, couple steps off the rim, and another offensive rebound. Now the River Hawks starting to flex their muscle inside with a few offensive rebounds. They'll eventually get it back up to Paul with 1:55 left in the opening frame. She'll reset this offense. Tipping the ball away there. A nice defensive play, knocking that one away, Marina Grado. Ball movement early by the River Hawks. Paul will stop and had that 3 just a little too strong on that one. River Hawks getting good looks here early. See if the Gators can put some points on the board. Been a rough go of it here early as they try and figure out this 2-3 zone. The River Hawks are running. They'll get an open look there, and that one no good. As Jamela Bailey with the shot there. She's logging some of her first minutes of the season. Travel call on the spin in the lane, so a turnover this time on the River Hawks. We have just 1 minute left to play here in the first quarter. Appreciate everyone tuning in here on NFHS. Good to see basketball season back in full swing. Good to see full crowds again this year. A nice one on hand here for the season opener between the Gators and River Hawks. River Hawks have played a couple games this far this season. Gators getting their first action of the season. They're hoping for an over and back call there, as there was a good trap there right at half court. Head coach Curtis Williams calling for the call. Didn't get it, but ultimately still a turnover. We'll see if the Gators hold for the last shot here with 25 seconds left in the first quarter. They'll get it out wide, three-point shot, just a bit long. Both teams scramble forward underneath. Now Paul with an open avenue, they'll get it forward, the layup up and good. Good vision there to get that one to Allensworth. She has 6 points now, and with 1 second left, they're not going to get a shot off. Yeah, so that'll end our first quarter of coverage here for the season. It's all River Hawks early. See if the Gators can't find a way to get back into this one. 12-4 our score after 1 here on NFHS. Let's look at the road ahead here for the Gators. Like we said, they start off here with the home game, then they spend the rest of December on the road, heading to Baldwin, McKeesport, South Fayette, and Freeport up Route 28 before returning home against Greensburg-Salem. You see the later half of the season getting into the heart of conference play. They'll have a tough conference this year, especially with those 2 injuries inside, lacking a little depth on the interior. You got Woodland Hills and Latrobe, 2 of the 4 semifinal teams from last year. On the other side, Armstrong coming in at 1-1. See, they return home for a game in a few days against the Mars Planets. They also have a tough conference slate ahead of them. Mars, Indiana, Fox Chapel. In an interview, River Hawks head coach Jim Calipari said that Kiski, a team to watch out for as well, that is building a little bit of momentum within their program. So 5A certainly dominated by Chartiers Valley, the 3-time back-to-back-to-back champs. But beyond them, still a lot of deep teams, still a lot of good teams here in 5A. Both of these teams hope to be in that conversation come springtime. It all starts here, though. That first quarter, all River Hawks. They have the ball here now. They get an open look from 3, and it's good. Knocking that one down from the perimeter. 22. That's Olivia Yancey. Her first bucket of the evening. On the other end, the 3 is good for the Gators. That's Pavlik. Her first points of the evening, and first points in quite a while for the Gators as they cut into that lead, and a nice steal there. Here they come in transition. They've got numbers. They'll pull up for the 3. That one just a little short. They're going to get an over-the-back call.
Gator foul number 23, Marina Grotto.
So Grotto with the foul there. That's her second. Has to be careful. Each player allotted 5 personal fouls before they are disqualified from the game. So Grotto might be checking out here. Doesn't stop her from trying to steal that one though, but getting around everyone there was Yancey, but can't see the layup go down. Comes back up to Paul. Good pressure there by Pavlik. But Paul able to dance around. Ball was blocked away by Amaya White. Goes out of bounds, and the Gators will take possession. And you we'll see Grotto take a seat. Checking in for the Gators is Anila Jordan. And so 30 seconds into the second quarter, 15-7 our score. Gators got a recent three-pointer from Pavlik. See if they can get another good look here. That pass, though, errant and over the top of all players. And so a turnover. Gators have struggled with that here early, and now a timeout taken by Armstrong. Or rather,
timeout, Gators.
Will be by the Gators. So Curtis Williams going to take a second to try and recalibrate things here. This team down 8 in the early going. Gators have 5 personal fouls, including 3 on Marina Grotto. Or rather, 2 on Marina Grotto. Alexis Margolis also with a few fouls. So those are 2 players you don't want to see get into foul trouble here early. This is a Gators team that lacks a little bit of depth this year. As we said, a couple key injuries. Grace Weiskircher and Becca Ryan both out for the season with ACL injuries. Gators started last season 0-6 before getting the ball rolling with a win over Greensburg-Salem. They righted the ship and went 7-4 over their final 11 games before falling to Mars in the first round of the playoffs. On the other end, the River Hawks won their prelim game in the playoffs last year against Franklin Regional. They went 10-6 overall, 7-5 in conference play. As Paul's layup is no good. Pavlik comes up with it. Take the shot there. Margolis gets inside. A good look, but a little long there. And now it's Paul coming back down the other way for the River Hawks. She absorbs the contact. No call, but eventually a foul will be called against Pavlik.
Gator foul, number 5, Kira Pavlik.
So that's Pavlik's first of the evening. 6 fouls against the Gators. The next one will push the River Hawks into the bonus. River Hawks with just 3 fouls so far. They'll get this one into Paul. Now Paul fakes his shot from the perimeter. They'll continue to move it around. Good baseline cut. And a blocking foul as Pavlik was in motion. She did not get set, so no charge. Or rather, Pavlik picking up her second foul in as many minutes.
Gator foul, number 5, Kira Pavlik.
So the River Hawks officially in the bonus. They will shoot free throws every foul the rest of the way here for the remaining 5 minutes and 6 seconds of this first half. And that front end of the 1-and-1 no good, but Armstrong will get the ball back. They thought about the shot there from the perimeter. Will get it inside, turning, shooting. That one no good. First attempt from Kyla Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald standing at 6'1". Armstrong has 3 different players that stand over 5'10", so they've certainly got an advantage height-wise. See how the Gators combat that. And this 2-3 zone, that ball going to carry him out of bounds off of the leg of a River Hawk, so possession will stay with the Gators.
Grotto back in for the Gators.
As Grotto will return to the lineup with 2 fouls. As the Gators search for an offensive spark here, just 3 field goals over the first 11 and a half minutes. Pavlik looking for her second from deep. That one hits the back of the iron, no good. River Hawks will take it. Are in no rush coming up the court. Bad pass there. Paul able somehow to keep that in. An incredible effort. That one looked destined to go out of bounds. Another bad pass by the River Hawks. They look out of sorts They'll get it inside to Fitzgerald. Her layup no good. That one screams away. And a good defensive stand there by the Gators. They'll come back down in transition. They'll get it to Pavlik. She thinks about the shot, but will pull it back out. Got an open player on the perimeter, and that three-point shot just a little short. Margolis was there. Her shot no good. Now the other way, a pass too long for the 6'1" Fitzgerald. And we'll see some substitutions on both sides.
Back in for the Gators. Allensworth.
As checking back in for Gateway, Jamela Bailey. On the other end, we'll see Kylie Allensworth come back in for the River Hawks. Gators have struggled shooting the ball against this 2-3 zone. See if they can't get a good look here. Margolis takes a shot from the perimeter. Gateway unable to find that touch from deep thus far. The other end, a nice transition bucket. Allensworth up to 8 points now. She leads all scorers by far and away, and the lead is now double digits for the River Hawks. 17-7. Just under 3 minutes to play here in the first half at Gateway High School. Gators have struggled to get the ball inside, settling for a lot of perimeter shots. See if they can get a drive here. A falling away shot there by Margolis, no good. And this pass going to get away from the Gators, but so another turnover for Gateway.
White and Oliver.
Coach Williams saying in an article in the Trib, quote, that the team is definitely a work in progress, but the girls are working hard and have the right attitude. As a foul on the inbound, like a blocking foul.
Number 3, Lane Miller.
It's going to be an offensive foul against Lane Miller, her first. Just the 4th foul against the River Hawks, but it'll give possession back to the Gators. Margolis thought about the 3. They'll continue to move this ball around. Best ball movement we see from the Gators. Nice layup shot there. That one just a little bit off the mark, though. Ball is loose. Gators get to the floor, and it's a held ball. Or rather, a holding call. A foul against the Gators.
Gator foul, number 5, Kira Pavlik.
That'll be Pavlik's 3rd. So we'll see her head to the bench. As foul trouble abounds for the Gators here in the first half. And again, I'm lacking a little bit of depth. It's not what you want to see. To make matters worse, River Hawks, once again, are in the bonus. This one will be a 1-and-1. Nope, the front end of that is up and good as Lane Miller with her first point of the evening stretches the River Hawks lead to 11. 2 for 2. 19-7 our score. 3-point shot is good. Nice hit there. Grotto. She's up to 5 and brings the lead back to single digits. See if the Gators can't go on a run here before the half. Get this one back to a few possession game. Good pressure here defensively. That one off the mark. Good trap in the corner and a turnover. The Gators are going to get it back. Sense a little momentum.
Fitzgerald.
See if they can't get another look here. Certainly getting the shots from the perimeter, moving the ball well on the outside. Just haven't been knocking them down. Still remains to be seen if they can get that ball inside against this 2-3 zone. Grotto picked up her dribble, needs help. The Gators go go back to work here. Trying to feed that one across. Now another three-point shot. That one trying to bank it in. Just a little off the mark there. Jayla Oliver, and now a foul on the rebound. That was for the River Hawks. Back to the free throw line. That's Amaya White's second foul.
Aubrey Burns shooting 1 and 1.
And so Aubrey Burns looking for her first points on the evening. She'll knock down the first. And the lead is back to 10. 2 for 2. River Hawks shooting the ball well from the charity stripe early. We're down to the last 90 seconds of the first half here. This one's gone by quick. Gators looking to try and get back into this one, but it's a turnover once again. Now a tie-up for the ball. Burns able to come away with it. Now the River Hawks going to try and push this in transition. Coming down the lane, laying it up and in. A nice move there. And another bucket for Olivia Yancey. She hit the three, and now this time takes it to the cup. And the lead is 13. Little contact underneath, and drawing the foul there is Amaya White.
River Hawk foul, number 12.
Earned herself a trip to the line. 0 for 2 her first time at the charity stripe.
White at the line.
Third shot also no good. Just a little too much on these for Amaya White.
Johnson and Jordan back for the Gators.
As you hear a couple substitutions, Johnson and Jordan back in. And Mia Johnson and an Isla Jordan. So one goes down. Out of 2 for White. Makes it 11 to 23. Gators could use a defensive stand here. Looks like the River Hawks are going to be content to hold this ball for the last shot of the half. Look for them to make a move somewhere around 7 to 10 seconds left. Currently sitting at 13. Pressure and a foul. As getting just a little overzealous there was Jordan. So Nayla Jordan will pick up her
Gators
first foul.
Number 20, Nyla Jordan.
Nyla Jordan, excuse me. Continued excellent free throw shooting here. First one up and good for Olivia Yancey. She now with 6 points. Her and Kylie Allensworth really leading the charge here for the River Hawks. Second free throw is good. So 7 points now for Yancey. And the Gators now get the last shot of the half. They get an open look from 3. No good. The follow-up just off of the rim.
That's the end of the first half of the score.
That's where we'll leave it.
Armstrong,
we will head into the half with the Gators
11.
needing to reassess and dig themselves out of a hole. Good first half by the River Hawks. And as it stands, Armstrong 25, Gateway 11. River Hawks led by 8 points by Callie Allensworth. Olivia Yancey chipping in with 7. Sarai Weaver with 3. Emma Paul with 3. Lane Miller 2. Aubrey Burns 2. On the other side, Marina Grotto leading the charge with 5 of the 11 points for the Gators. A 3-pointer by Kira Pavlik, who also picked up 3 fouls in that first half, and 3 points from Amira White. We'll head to the break. We'll be back in just under 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere. You are tuned in to Gateway Gators basketball here on NFHS. Getting ready to get half number 2 at quarter number 3 underway here at Gateway High School. 25-11 our score. Armstrong on top here as we start the second half of play. River Hawks will start with possession after the Gators won the opening tip. And it's Emma Paul. She'll travel. And so, no shot opportunity out of that possession. Gators will get it back, looking to try and take a bite out of this River Hawks lead. Good drive there with the left hand, laying it up and in. Alexis Margolis, her first points. They're going to need more out of her. She averaged nearly 10 a game last season. That's her first bucket of the season. She'll get the ball back here. They'll push it quickly. Maya White up and in. Maya White now with 5 points, 2 quick buckets, and the lead is down to 10. Gators come out. Again, apply some pressure there. Very nearly a third consecutive turnover. Well, River Hawks will try and push it the other way with numbers. That ball turned away. Pavlik heads to the floor. Can't come up with it. River Hawks. White, good pressure in the corner. They'll get it back up top to Paul. Paul gets away from Pavlik. She'll drive in the lane and lay it up and in. Nice scoop shot layup there by Emma Paul. And so now Paul up to 5 points, 15-27. Pavlik passes up the three-point shot. That'll be a double dribble. So the Gators turn their attention back to defense. A couple nice offensive possessions here in the first 90 seconds. And this the season opener for the Gators. Blocking foul on the sidelines there. Margolis picks up that one. For Margolis, that's going to be her third foul. I have to wonder if she will stay in this contest. No immediate substitutions, so she will continue to play on with 3 fouls here very early in the third quarter. Good poke away there by Grotto. And now Grotto gets it again, but Paul somehow able to come up with it. Shoots the 3, and she'll make it! What a recovery there by Paul, who very nearly had her pocket picked twice by Grotto. Spins away. Gets the ball back and nails the three-pointer. Now Armstrong doubling up the Gators, 30-15. Grotto loses her dribble there. Margolis scans. They'll get it to the corner there. That ball taken away. Now a couple players dive on the floor, including Amaya White. Her and Aubrey Burns after the ball got away from Jayla Oliver. Possession, Gators. They'll get an open look from 3, and that one, nothing but net. Margolis with her second bucket of the evening. She's up to 5. The Gators have their first 3-point bucket of the second half. Grotto really working hard to try and take that ball away. Another tie ball. Pavlik looked like she was in a little discomfort getting up. She'll play on. Possession arrow now pointing toward the River Hawks, so they will maintain possession here, up 12. Wide open, a nice inbound play there, laying it up, off the mark, no good. Burns, now White, throws it across, that ball tipped. Eventually it comes to Margolis, who gets it to Grotto. And the Gators go to work in the half court. Ball tipped. They'll get it to Margolis in the corner. She fades away with the three-pointer. That's off the mark. Now Paul gets it forward, trailing toward the bucket. Up and no good. We got a foul underneath. I think that might be against Emma Paul with a push there, getting in a little too aggressively for the rebound, and it is.
River Hawk foul number 4.
So that'll be the second foul on Paul. more frantic pace here in this third quarter between these two clubs. Good ball movement by the Gators. Pavlik shot though, not enough on it. That one gonna miss everything. That'll turn the ball over.
Number 30, Mia Johnson, in for the Gators.
Mia Johnson checks in for the Gators. And Olivia Yancey back in. She had 7 in the first half, including a big 3-point bucket, a couple free throws for the River Hawks. As we're about halfway through this third quarter, the Gators have inched their way a little closer, but still trail by 12 to the River Hawks. 3-point bucket there off the mark. Pulling the trigger there was Callie Allensworth, who did a lot of her damage on the interior. 8 points in the post in that first half. Her perimeter shot no good. The Gators will look to try and make this at least a 10-point deficit, if not get it back to single digits. Stop and pop that one a little short there. Now stepping through to try and put it up and in. A nice bucket there by Jayla Oliver. Her first bucket of the game and of the season. That brings the deficit down to just 10. Yancey on the other end with the spin move. She's bailed out with a foul call there.
The foul is on 20 of the Gators, Anila Jordan.
That is the second foul on Anila Jordan. Just 2 fouls for the Gators here so far in the third quarter.
Timeout, Gators.
For the River Hawks. Our first timeout of the second half is taken by the Gators. As we said, they're coming off of a season in which they saw a first-round exit from the playoffs, looking to try and qualify once again this year. It'll be different last year, obviously, with the pandemic ongoing at the rate that it was. They allowed an open tournament because teams were unable to play an equitable amount of games in their schedule. This year, it'll go back to what we assume will be a little bit more traditional of a playoff format. Gators lost to graduation. Dynasty Chagog, who led the team last year in scoring at almost 14 points and 9 rebounds a contest. So that coupled with a couple injuries in the offseason, this is a young Gators team trying to find their footing here in the early going, and certainly playing a talented Riverhawks team that brings back some talent from a squad that last year, as we said, beat Franklin Regional in the preliminary round before falling at the hands of Woodland Hills by 10 points. The Wolverines, a semifinalist. Paul gonna pull up here from deep again, and she hits. She's starting to find her rhythm here in the second half. She's now into double digits. She's got 11 points. And the lead back up to 13. The other end, a nice drive there.
Jordan.
And Jordan's got her first bucket for the Gators. She's got 6 different Gators on the scoreboard here. Now they'll kick this one out. Corner 3, up and no good by the River Hawks. Ball bounces around. They get it back to Paul. Can she hit again from deep? She can! Emma Paul with 3 3-pointers here in the third quarter, and she shows why. She is heralded in a lot of publications here in the preseason as someone to watch for, a player to watch in 5A. 3-pointer on the other end is good. And it's Jordan with her second straight bucket. So the pace picking up here. A lot of scoring now, wide open under the bucket. Quick tic-tac-toe passing, and it's Allensworth. She's now into double figures. So Paul and Allensworth into double figures. And the lead remains at 13. Jordan fakes the shot, passes inside, and then a foul underneath and a hard one. think we're going to call a turnover on the Gators prior to the foul being committed. There was certainly contact underneath the hoop. It did look like the ball was juggled by Amaya White. That's a tough call. Don't envy being an official in that situation, and the crowd certainly letting this officiating crew know. Deep pass over the top. The ball turned over. White comes away with it. She's going to drive it herself inside. Lay that one up and in. And a nice play there by Amaya White. She didn't get the call. Makes up for it by going to work, getting the turnover, going coast to coast, and laying it in. Now a 3-on-2 the other way. Armstrong going to slow things down just a little bit, but Paul from way downtown. Her fourth three-pointer. She is dialed in. 12 points here in the third quarter alone. Jordan, she's going to take another three. That one, no good off the back of the iron. Paul gets it again. She's going to pull up again. That one, no good. As that one might have sent the bench for Armstrong into a frenzy. And Paul having herself quite the third quarter. The foul call there against the River Hawks. Will give the ball back to the Gators. So Armstrong going to take a timeout here with exactly 1 minute on the clock. A lot of scoring here in our third quarter. Things picking up frantically. The pace up and down the court. See Nyla Jordan getting it on the action. Amaya White with a couple nice buckets. Alexis Margolis hitting from three, but that combination of Emma Paul and Kylie Allensworth, just too much right now for the Gators as the lead still stands at 14. Williams. Coach Williams there addressing his team on the bench. Really said he was going to lean on Margolis and Grotto a lot this year. Margolis, as we talked about, led the returnees in scoring last year, 9.8 points a game, dished out 2.4 assists. Grotto averaged 7.6 points a game and averaged just under 4 steals a game. We've seen that here through about the first 3 quarters of action here. Grotto is not afraid to try and swipe that ball away from anyone who's willing to leave it dangling out there in front of her. Williams said about Margolis that Lexi is ready to lead the program. She has taken a big step, has matured as a leader in the last year, and that there's a big difference in her approach to preparation, practice, and encouraging her teammates, yet challenging them as well, that she's almost like a new player. See what they can conjure up here. Margolis gets it here, tried to bank that one home. It's off the mark. And now Paul and company will come back down the other way. But there's a steal there and a foul against Paul. A great play there. Getting in, taking that ball away. It's Marina Grotto.
Foul, number 4, Emma Paul.
That's the third on Paul. You wonder if you'll see her take a seat. She will. So now an opportunity for the Gators for at least the next 41 seconds to take advantage of arguably the best player on the court not being in the game. They'll get it into White. White with a little bit of space. Falling away, nearly put that one home. That was a tough shot. We'll see if the River Hawks hold for the last shot here, up 14. That was poked away though, and it's White. White able to lay that one up and in.
White.
She's knocking on the door of double figures, 9 points. Now just 10 seconds left. They'll get this one across. Can the River Hawks get a shot attempt? 2 seconds, 1 second. They're not going to shoot it. They'll run out of time, not paying attention to the clock.
That's the end of the
And so the
quarter.
Gators
With the score,
trim that lead to 12.
41, Gateway
Not
29.
quite all the way back into it, but certainly some real signs of life offensively from the Gators for the first time this evening. But unable to lock down number 4, who's really been the difference maker in this one. Emma Paul having herself a breakout third quarter with 4 3-pointers. She now leads all scorers with 17 points on the evening. It was a slow go of it in the first half, just 5 points. But 4 big buckets there. That's the difference, those 12 points. Although Paul picking up that 3rd foul before the end of the quarter. That's going to be interesting to see how that factors in. The other side, foul trouble for the Gators. Both Margolis and Kira Pavlik with 3 fouls as well. Jordan, Grotto, and White with 2 fouls. But just 8 minutes left in this one. See if the Gators can climb their way back into this one. They've inched their way back to 8 to 10 points, but haven't been able to get on that real run to make this a 1 or 2 possession game. As we said, the River Hawks coming off of a 20-point win over Punxsutawney out east, then fell by 6 to Knock on Saturday. It's their first road contest of the season. We're back quickly into it here. Foul on the floor. That bucket will not count. And so it'll be an inbounds underneath. Appreciate everyone tuning in here. First Gators basketball broadcast of the season here on NFHS. I'm Vince Russo here, flying solo tonight. Appreciate you all joining for what's been an entertaining contest thus far. Especially that 3rd quarter, up and down the floor we went. 2 quick fouls there on the Gators.
Gator foul on Jayla Oliver.
So that one on Jayla Oliver, that is her first. Ball in quickly. Thought about the shot. They'll get it into Fitzgerald. Kyla Fitzgerald loses it there for a second. Kick it out. Continue to work it around. They'll get an open look. That one long and no good. They'll try and keep it in, and that one eventually trails away from the River Hawks. Got a good look there, Aubrey Burns did, but unable to put that one down. And so now Grotto and Margolis go back to work on the offensive. Down 12. Can they get this back to single digits? Good block there. Staying at home and then throwing it away. They'll stay with the Gators. Kyla Fitzgerald with a big block underneath. The 6'1" forward, but then just threw it away. And so it'll come to Pavlik. Cross-court pass. Get it back to Grotto. She'll examine her options. Passed on the pass to Margolis, went to Pavlik. Now nice drive underneath. That one just off of the rim, but corralled and fouled. Good second effort there. That's Mia Johnson. Johnson hasn't seen too much action tonight, but has been physical and dependable when called upon, and so she will earn herself a trip to the line for 2. Johnson's first one, high, arcing, bounces around, and
Johnson shooting 2.
Can't find its home in the cylinder. She will have another one here to try and trim this lead to 11. And that second one good. So Johnson with her first point of the evening. And foul called there. Grotto tried to poke that one away.
Foul is on 2. Margolis.
They'll ultimately call it on Margolis, and now Margolis likely going to have to take his seat. Actually, though, I got confused there for a second. Yeah, they're going to have Margolis take a seat with the 4 fouls. Grotto will stay in. That's also checking back in is Jordan. Nice steal there. It looked like a bit of a reach in there, but they'll get it out to Jordan. The extra pass to Pavlik. Pavlik passes on the shot. Jordan able to spin away from the defender. She'll get it back. She knocked down a 3 earlier. Almost knocks it down again. That one hit the rim, spun around, but didn't go in. And now tie up there. And another heady play by Mia Johnson. who's not afraid of contact whatsoever, gets in there, ties that one up. And the possession arrow with the Gators. So the effort pays off, and the Gators will get another offensive possession here. 6:40 left in this one, down 11. Get it out to Jordan. Jordan gets it to Grotto. Grotto pulls the trigger. That one hits the front of the rim and no good, but again, tied up. This time it will be River Hawks ball. Certainly no lack of hustle from either of these squads. We'll get a couple substitutions, including the return of Emma Paul, who has 3 fouls. She sat for about the last 2 minutes and 10 seconds of game time, carrying from the last 40 seconds of the third quarter into the first 90 seconds of the fourth. Foul underneath on the drive there. Olivia Yancey taking it to the cup. Callie Allensworth also back into the game for Armstrong. She's had a strong performance, 10 points. Mia Johnson picks up her first foul. 6 fouls against the Gators, so the next one will push the River Hawks into the bonus. Just 3 fouls. Good job. Other than Paul getting into a little bit of foul trouble, not a whole lot to speak of as far as foul trouble whatsoever for the River Hawks. That ball will bounce off of Allensworth.
Into the River Hawk lineup.
And so the turnover now gives another opportunity for Grotto and company to try and trim this lead back to single digits. Margolis with it. They'll get it out wide. Shot. Wide open look. And that one sails over everything. No good. Good pressure on the other end. Gators trying to trap in the backcourt. They'll tie it up. And possession arrow points to the Gators, so they'll get the ball back. An incredible defensive effort here in this fourth quarter thus far. They have not allowed a point here in this quarter thus far. The ball will stay with the Gators. The Gators not scoring much either, and time certainly of the essence. They need to get some buckets here soon. The hook shot there by McGoal is just short. And a foul underneath. That one looks like it's going to be against Jamela Bailey, who is checked back into action. On the other end, for the River Hawks, Ava Morelli logging some minutes.
Number 24, Jamela Bailey.
So as we said, that will push the River Hawks into the bonus. So it'll be a 1-1 upcoming for Sarai Weaver. So Weaver was 1 of 2.
At the line, 1-1.
5'10" sophomore. See what she can do this time at the line. Her first of the 1-1 is up and no good. Almost gets the rebound back now, a tie ball, and that one will stay with Armstrong. So the Gators unable to come up with a rebound there off of the missed free throw. And so the ball will remain with the River Hawks. Smart subbing here, taking Emma Paul out on defensive possessions, bring her back in for offense. That's certainly where she makes her hay. Another held ball. A heady play there. Jayla Oliver able to get that ball right back for the Gators. See if they can capitalize. Grotto bringing the ball down the half court. See if they can't get a good look against this zone. Margolis thought about the three. Now the pass inside is lost. Bailey unable to hang on to it. And now Grotto picks up her 4th foul. And so you got Margolis and Grotto with 4 fouls.
Foul, number 23, Marina Grotto. Number 4, Emma Paul. 1-1.
So now you send Emma Paul to the free throw line. Her first one is good. So both shots good for Emma Paul. Correction, that's just 3 fouls against Grotto. It's Pavlik that is also in foul trouble with 3. So Pavlik with 3, Grotto with 3, and Margolis with 4. Gators get it across the half-court stripe. They'll get it inside to White. She turns, and a nice turnaround hook shot there. Amaya White now into double figures. And still the lead sits at 11. Can the Gators go on a run here? They've done enough defensively. Can they get the offense? There's a turnover as we have a player down on the court. So the Gators come up with the turnover, but down on the other end, as there was some contact and Olivia Yancey went down to the court. She's slow to get back up, but luckily able to walk off under her own power, which is always what you want to see. So the 5'6" junior guard will head to the bench, holding the back of her head there.
Timeout, Gators.
So the Gators will take a timeout with 4:43 left in this one. First contest of the 2021-2022 season. Like we said, Gators go on a 4-game road trip after this contest, as they will take on Baldwin later this week before heading to McKeesport, South Fayette, even headed up north to Freeport before heading back to the friendly confines here in the home gym for a date with Greensburg-Salem on January 4th. So first home game of 2021, last home game of 2021 for this fall season for the Gators. They won't be back here until the turn of the calendar. But certainly not ready to turn their attention to anywhere else but here just yet. They've been hanging around here with Armstrong, but unable to get too many good looks here in the fourth quarter. They're going to need a few more if they want to get back into this one. Down 11, 4.5 minutes left. Grotto surveys her options. She'll get a screen at half court. That'll spring her to get the team into their half court offense. Margolis will take the corner 3, and that one in and out. It was a good look, just couldn't get it to fall. And now the Riverhawks will go back to work. Good ball movement by the visiting Riverhawks. As they continue to just play keep away. The clock is on their side. They don't have to rush to get a shot up. No shot clock in high school basketball, and a reach-in foul there will send the Riverhawks to the line. That foul going to be against Jayla Oliver. That is her second.
Jayla Oliver.
And now headed to the line will be Lane Miller, who went 2 for 2 her last time up.
Lane Miller, 1-1.
This will be a 1-and-1, the last 1-and-1. Next foul will enter the Riverhawks into the double bonus. Gators hoping to get a miss and a rebound here. But Miller's shot is up and good, so she remains perfect from the free throw line. She'll earn herself the back end of the 1-and-1. That one short, no good, ripped away, another held ball, and the possession arrow will stay with Armstrong. So a couple missed opportunities there to get the ball down the court as the Gators unable to come up with a couple crucial rebounds after free throws. That will extend the time that the Riverhawks are able to salt away this clock with the ball on offense. They'll get the Paul. She gets a wide open look from 3, and it's good. Emma Paul with her 5th three-pointer, all in the second half. She now has 20 points. Grotto at the other end is able to knock one down.
Grotto, 4-3, timeout.
So
Gators.
Grotto now up to 8 points, and Gators still hanging around that dozen or so mark, but now time really of the essence. They're going to have to get some buckets and quick if they're going to find a way to really get back into this one. But my goodness, Emma Paul in this second half really living up to the billing of a player that a lot of people have their eyes on here in 5A. Started off very slow in the first half, just 5 points, 2 field goals and a free throw. But in this second half, 5 of 6 from beyond the arc. A couple free throws to boot. So you count them. 22 points overall for Emma Paul. She leads all scorers by a pretty wide margin. Next in line would be Amaya White with 11 for the Gators. Callie Allensworth had 8 in the first half. She has 10 overall for the River Hawks. And then Marina Grotto with 8 for Gateway. So teams return to the court. It'll be Armstrong's ball. Gators going to try and work the full court press to get a turnover here after the made three-pointer. They'll get it to Emma Paul. Paul surveys her options. A nice pass there. They'll get it past half court. And now it's tied up. Possession arrow with the Gators. So mission accomplished. Good pressure and an opportunity to turn over the River Hawks and give your team an extra possession. And now on the defensive side, they'll take Emma Paul back out to avoid her picking up another foul. In her place to play defense will be Ava Morelli. Just over 3 minutes left. Grotto runs into some pressure. She has to step through. Able to get the pass over to Pavlik. Pavlik back to Grotto. Grotto drives inside, and it goes! A chance for a three-point play.
By number 23, Marina Grotto.
Grotto with the great effort there, steps through. The scoop shot rolls in. She gets the bounce.
Follows on 32.
And now with the free throw upcoming, she has a chance to make this just a 9-point game. Free throw up and good. Grotto now with 11. The lead is 9. Can they work the magic again on the full court press to get a turnover? Maya White unable to pull that. Then a travel for the River Hawks. So a big turnover there. Can Grotto and the Gators come up with another bucket to really make this interesting? 2:53 left. Gators with the ball, down 9. They'll work the ball. Pavlik loses it though, and it's a turnover. Now Paul has it. She races away from Pavlik. They'll get it across. That's taken away from Allensworth, but they'll get it back up top. And Yancey, who's back into the game after sustaining the head injury, will pick up the foul. And that's the 4th on Grotto.
Follows on 23 of the Gators. Grotto. Yancey.
So Yancey goes to the line. She was 2 for 2 the last time she went to the line. River Hawks shooting the ball very, very well from the free throw line. Been a big difference in this contest. Not only that, but how often they've gotten to the free throw line. But right on cue, that one off the mark and no good for Yancey. So Yancey with 7 points in the contest. See if the Gators can get the rebound if this one doesn't go. Well, that's not a possibility because Yancey able to knock that one down. 8 points now for Yancey. And the lead back to 10. Gators got to go quick. Got to get a good look. They'll get it to Jordan. Jordan tried to bank that one in. That one hits the top. They'll get it back, get it out to Margolis. Margolis, in and out. Tough break there. Now the ball will get held up. A possession arrow to the River Hawks. Margolis has had so many good, clean looks from deep, and all of them have gone in and out. That's got to be frustrating. And a blocking foul before the ball got back into play. That'll be the third on Amaya White. Without the clock stopping, that sends Emma Paul to the line.
Ball was on one. White.
That's probably the last person you want shooting free throws
Emma Paul shooting
in this situation. Paul has been dialed in this second half. 22 points and counting. As first of her 2 free throws up and good. For 2, Paul up to 24 points, and the lead is back up to 12. Just over 2 minutes left. Grotto calling out for the screen, won't get it. She scans her options, to get to the corner. Jordan wide open. That three-pointer off the mark, but Grotto able to track that one down, and she is fouled. Aubrey Burns trying to get in there to take that one away from Grotto, but
River Hawk foul number 15, Aubrey Burns.
got a little grabby there, so second foul on Burns. Ball stays with the Gators. They'll get another corner 3 here. As that one well off of the mark. Jayla Oliver unable to connect there. And so the ball goes back to the River Hawks. Full court pressure remains on for the Gators. Yancey able to get it to Paul, gets out of trouble. They'll swing it around to Burns. Now Burns feeling the pressure, she dribbles away. Armstrong in no rush whatsoever to take a shot here. 90 seconds left, game just about in hand. And the foul there intentionally by Jayla Oliver to stop the clock.
Gator foul, number 3, Jayla Oliver.
Certainly the best defensive effort in this fourth quarter by the Gators, but just not enough offense to get themselves all the way back into this one. Burns misses the front end. She has 2 points tonight, both on made free throws. Second one, though, up and good. So Burns now with 3 points on the evening. Grotto going to go quick. Margolis fakes. She'll get to the rim. Lay that one up and in.
Margolis.
See if Margolis and company can get a turnover here. They'll bring the pressure. That one over the head of Paul. It's thrown away. And so with a minute 14, certainly no quit out of these Gators. They'll get an opportunity to get this back to single digits. Into White. Margolis going to try the deep 3. That one off the mark. Just unable to find that touch from deep today. And a tough call there as Grotto is going to pick up
Gator foul,
fourth
number
foul.
23, Marina Grotto.
That actually will be her 5th. It will be her disqualifying foul. And that's tough. It really did look like she had solidified her position and gotten a piece of that ball, but the official going to call that the 5th and final foul. So that will end Grotto's day. She contributes 11 points for the Gators. Now at the line is Yancey. She makes the front end of the double bonus here. Yancey, if she can get this one to fall, will enter into double figures. She does. 5 made free throws for Yancey, who now has 10 points on the evening. And the lead is back up to 13 with a minute and 4 seconds left. So, in all likelihood, the Gators will fall to 0-1 to start this campaign before they set out on 4 consecutive road contests. They will be back in action in just a few days. They got a Wednesday evening showdown at Baldwin, and then Friday at 6 p.m. they'll take on McKeesport before the week before Christmas brings them road meetings with South Fayette and Freeport. Armstrong very likely going to move its record to 2-1 on the season. Getting the bad taste of the 6-point loss against the Knock Knights. Also moving to 1-0 on the road on the season. These two teams were scheduled to play last season. Game got postponed, as a lot did, during a different part of the pandemic. But thankfully, both of these teams able to play this year. That layup off the mark. We'll see if the Gators call off the Dogs here. As Paul able to sidestep a few defenders there. Swings it out to Burns, back to Yancey. And there's the foul. That will be
Gators
second.
Foul number 3, Jayla Oliver. Olivia Yancey shooting 2.
So Yancey looking to add on to what's been a very solid day at the charity stripe. She has been just about automatic.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of tonight's game, we ask that you please stay off the gymnasium floor. Thank you for your cooperation.
Second one up and good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 made free throws out of 8 opportunities for Yancey. That's a pretty solid day. Margolis able to get to the rim without much of a contest there. She now has 7 points. 5-second call against the River Hawks. They get it to Jordan. Jordan's wide open. And she'll knock down the 3 in the corner. And so the Gators will take a timeout.
Timeout, Gators.
After the made bucket. By Anila Jordan. That's her second 3 of the game. She now has 8 points. Balanced scoring for the Gators. Led by Grotto, who is fouled out with 11. Jordan has 8. Margolis was 7. And 11 for Amaya White. The other side, obviously, the story tonight, Emma Paul with 24 points, 19 of which coming in the second half. 10 points for Callie Allensworth. 12 points for Olivia Yancey. And then 3 players with 3 apiece, Aubrey Burns, Lane Miller, and Sarai Weaver. Emma Paul really was the difference maker in this second half. Both teams got good balanced scoring otherwise, but Paul, the 4 3-pointers made in that third quarter really took over this game. She'll get the ball back here with 21 seconds left. They'll avoid fouling. Well, at least momentarily. But a little bump there will send Paul to the free throw line. She looks to add on to what's been a really great evening for the sophomore. Hard to believe just a sophomore. No doubt someone to continue to keep an eye on here, not only this season, but moving forward.
Emma Paul shooting 2.
Rattles the second one home. She's up to 26 points. By far and away the leading scorer. As she'll check out with 11.7 seconds left. That'll likely be it for her performance tonight, as she fuels Armstrong to their second victory of the season here in the Gators season opener. They'll get it out wide. Jordan will take one more three-pointer. That one off the mark. And that is how this one will end.
That's the end of tonight's game. The final score.
Not the way the Gators wanted to see the season start, but a competitive effort nonetheless. They hang around with the talented Armstrong River Hawks club. And that will be our final score as Armstrong takes down Gateway 57-45 behind 26 points from the standout sophomore Emma Paul. On the other side for the Gators, it was Marina Grotto and Amaya White with 11 apiece. And Alexis Margolis chipping in 7 as well, or 9 as well. And Isla Jordan with 8. Kira Pavlik with a made three-pointer. Jayla Oliver with 2 points. And Mia Johnson chipping in a free throw in the effort. Gators fall to 0-1 on the season. And they will take on Baldwin and McKeesport later this week. Sounds like hopefully we'll have some boys hoops for you next week here on NFHS. But once again, before we sign off, final score tonight, Armstrong 57, Gateway 45. This has been a production of the Gateway broadcast crew. For all of our crew, I'm Vince Russo, signing off one more time here on NFHS. Hope everyone has a great night.